Hi, this is Danny Vieira with our new series, Health and Wholeness. Yes, the Lord wants to restore us completely, physically, mentally, and spiritually. In part 2 of this series, I want to cover cleansing and juicing for health and wholeness. And I want to begin with a story about a woman who came to Bella Vita many years ago, Kathy, and she came as a toxic waste dump. She had a number of problems, as you'll see. But what was amazing, when her bowels finally released, we saw incredible changes, and it happened in about 4 days. In fact, she had been to the dentist and had her teeth cleaned, I remember, and something went wrong, and she was getting, I think, a little infection, and her face was swollen out. And I told her, you shouldn't play with that. And she says, I know, I just want to give it one more day. And you know what? On the next day, when her body released all those poisons and those toxins, incredible things started to happen. Her swollen face healed, her asthma healed, her sinus infections healed, her chest congestion healed, her restless leg syndrome healed, her carpal tunnel syndrome healed, her arthritis healed, and her blood pressure went from 169 over 109 to 122 over 72. Can you imagine that? And I don't take any credit for all those healings. I say the dear Lord is the one that healed her because she adopted his program that's based within the Bible. She started living those 8 laws of health. She started drinking more water, getting more exercise, getting better sleep, and also through the cleansing and the detoxification that she went through using the simple products of the earth that God had made, her body really responded well, not only in cleansing, but in regeneration. So, according to Dr. Max Gerson, one of the foremost authorities who lived years ago, who was implementing as a medical doctor alternative therapies for healing cancer and other serious chronic diseases, he came to the conclusion and taught that disease is caused from 2 things. And those 2 things are toxicity and deficiencies. So I went to the Gerson Clinic and I saw how they were doing it. And they would give 1 juice every hour, 13 times a day. They would be using coffee enemas for cleansing the liver and detoxification and cleansing the bile from the body. They also would bring in a plant-based diet, and they would bring in whole foods. Yes, the program was built on food therapy. In fact, if you look at some of these pictures here, they use the Norwalk juicer that has the ability to really press those vegetables down to get the deep minerals out. So they would give 13 juices a day, and as I said, up to 5 coffee enemas a day, depending on the condition of the person or the seriousness of their disease or their cancer. So a lot depended on what? Good nutrition. And I call it super nutrition. I mean, this is the power punch nutrition that we receive from organic fruits and vegetables. Now imagine an average person may eat a carrot, in a given day, but when you take the juices, you're pressing those fluids out of the juices, the blood of the plants, and all those nutrients that God has given us are concentrated in those juices, and you're feeding those cells. And I love that point that we're giving food that can be used at cellular level. So at that point, you can see regeneration. So this program's about cleansing and regeneration, but aren't those pictures beautiful? But if we're going to look at the Gerson protocol and the philosophy of Dr. Max Gerson, we need to understand that we got to begin with toxicity. See, the simple truth is that we are living in a sea of toxins, and it is destroying our bodies and our brains. Approximately 5.1 billion pounds of pesticides are used each year in the United States, and according to the nonprofit organization Environmental Working Group, the average newborn baby has 287 known toxins in his or her umbilical cord blood. That's amazing. And 84,000 chemicals on the market today, many of which are in objects that people come in contact with every day, and only about 1% of those have been studied for safety. And this is based on special reports, the Environmental Protection Agency, and other valuable sources. But let's look at some of the symptoms of toxicity today. See, the reality is that many of us probably have symptoms of toxicity and we don't even realize it. If you suffer from any of the following, detoxifying might be critical for you to get healthy and feel good again. So some of the symptoms of toxicity are the following. Fatigue, that's a big one. Many of the people who come to Bella Vita Lifestyle Center are fatigued. They don't have energy. They've lost that vital force, that electrical current in the body to rebuild, to regenerate, just to live life, to have the energy that we need every day to function. Also, you can have muscle aches and joint pain and sinus problems. Then there's the headaches. Many people have headaches, bloating and gas, that's very common. Constipation or diarrhea, foul smelling stools, heartburn, sleep problems, difficulty concentrating, food cravings, water retention, difficulty losing weight, skin problems, eczema, psoriasis, canker sores, acne, dark circles under the eyes, premenstrual syndromes, menstrual disorder, and even bad breath. So these are some of the symptoms of toxicity, and I'm sure many of you watching today saying, I have that one, and I have that one, and I have that one. So turning to the spirit of prophecy, I love this statement in Counsels on Health, page 61, that says, the impurities of the body, if not allowed to escape, are taken back into the blood and then forced upon the internal organs. See, the impurities of the body. Now, I think we could also say there, the impurities of the bodies may be the toxins of the bodies. How about the poisons that are in the blood? I believe she was trying to give us an illustration of that by using the words, the impurities of the body. So looking at this further, it says that to relieve the person of these poisonous impurities, the body makes an effort to free the system, and this effort produces fevers and what is termed disease. Now she's given a definition of disease as being caused by the poisons that are in the blood. It says, but even then, if those who are afflicted would assist nature, this is very important for us to understand in natural healing, we need to learn to assist nature in her efforts of relieving the impurities by the use of pure, soft water, much suffering would be alleviated or prevented. But many, instead of doing this and seeking to remove the poisonous matter from the system, take a more deadly poison into the system to remove a poison already there. And of course, she's referring to drugs. I remember asking Charlotte Gerson about the dangers of drugs. She says, well, all drugs have side effects, and they're all liver toxic. See, so here Ellen White is making the comment that we take a deadly poison into the system to remove a poison already there. So the root cause is poisons in the bloodstream. Now we're taking a drug that may poison us even further. She also makes a statement that one of the best ways for us to reverse that condition is to fast for a short time. She states, indulging in eating too frequently and in too large quantities overtaxes the digestive organs and produces a feverish state in the system. The blood becomes impure. And then, did you get that? The order, I want you to notice the order. The blood's impure because of the poisonous impurities, and then diseases of various kinds occur. So you can conclude that disease is caused from poisons in the blood. Then she says that sufferers in such cases can do for themselves that which others cannot do as well for them. They should commence to relieve nature of the load they have forced upon her. They should remove the cause, fast for a short time. That's critical. Fast for a short time, give the stomach a chance to rest, and reduce the feverish state of the system by a careful and understanding application of what? Water again. Hydrotherapy, water therapy, equalizing the circulation, hot foot bath. Ice can be used for pain, but also cold to the head, hot to the feet. You can normalize circulation, even getting the patient very warm. Why, more layers of clothing. Hot water bottles to the stomach is another good way. These efforts will help nature in her struggles to free the system of impurities. So when you look at this wheel of health, whenever you're working towards healing, you want to always remember that we must purify the blood. Do you see that statement in Medical Missionary 291? The blood must be pure for good health. So in other words, God gave you 7 organs of elimination, 7 channels of elimination, and we want to make sure that each one of those organs are working to the best of their ability, and that we're assisting nature in cleansing the impurities of the body by getting those organs to work the way that God intended them to work. They must work in harmony. So the Bible tells us in Joel 3:21, "For I will cleanse their blood, for the Lord dwells in Zion." Isn't that powerful? So the Lord cleanses us from our sins by his pure blood, and for healing, he wants to cleanse the impurities or the toxins out of our bloodstream. So we have these 7 channels of detoxification that include the bowels that dispose of toxins from the digestive system and the liver, the kidneys that filter more than 200 quarts of blood each day from the kidneys, waste products, and water filter to the bladder and release as urine. The liver chemically converts destructive toxins into less harmful substances that the colon and kidneys can eliminate. 2.5 pints of blood flow through the liver each minute. So you see how those 2 kidneys and that liver are really working to cleanse the blood of impurities. And then, of course, the lungs. Your lungs dispatch toxins in exhalations. Deep breathing increases lymphatic flow for further toxin disposal. The lungs help purify the blood. Then the skin. Perspiration transports waste and toxins out through the pores. The lymphatic system transports waste and toxins from the cells and the circulatory system to organs of elimination. And then the blood. So circulation of the blood is crucial in taking toxins out of the body by transporting them to other organs of elimination. So if you want good health, we have to have pure, clean blood and perfect, invigorating circulation, which will yield health. So when you think of that, you want to also realize that the opposite is true, that impure, clogged blood, imperfect circulation, inactive circulation yields disease. And look at that statement in Leviticus 17:11, "For the life is in the blood," and you better believe it. The healthier your blood, the healthier you will be. So this is important for us to understand that we have these 7 channels of elimination, and that's why God has given us the 8 laws of health. Don't you love that? The 8 laws of health are designed to help us keep our organs in the best working condition and to increase the removal or the disposal of the toxins within the blood. That's right. The food we choose to eat, the exercise that we need to get, and the water, the sunshine, the temperance, the fresh air, the rest, the trust in divine power. And I've added hygiene and attitude. Hygiene and attitude. That's very important as well. But if we want to have good health, we need to have clean blood. And God's foundation program on health, the 8 laws of health, this is his plan to help us to eliminate those impurities. So cleansing, detoxifying, and regeneration is accomplished with live nutrition. That's it, right there. Okay? Nutrition. When you detoxify and eat live foods, your body can expect many improvements to your overall health, such as better digestion, assimilation, cleaner blood, improved circulation, more energy, a clear mind, weight loss, stronger immune system, your complexion and your skin improves. Then there's regeneration and rejuvenation, I believe the healthier you are, the more I get into God's word and can hear that still small voice of the Holy Spirit. If you eat wrong and you benumb your brain with alcohol and smoke tobacco and impair the function of the lungs, you know what? That voice of God speaking to your conscience may be very faint. Maybe you can't even hear it. That's why it's very important to realize always that our diet and our lifestyle practices can affect our moral judgment and our spirituality. So at Bella Vita Lifestyle Center and in an everyday program, I always recommend to you the high octane foods of the earth. The high octane foods, or let's say, that rocket fuel. And I think it's best when you incorporate into your daily program organic and live juices, and superfoods. Green smoothies are very delicious and also very nutritionally dense. I add almonds, sunflower seeds, I'll put in kale. So it's not just some fruits, it's also the green leafy vegetables and also some nuts and seeds. So I'm getting proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, and that's high octane fuel right there. I think the green drinks in the day are very beneficial. Yes, there's wheatgrass and barley grass, but I'm talking about just juices where you may add in different things like chard. You can add in spinach. These are wonderful foods. We even throw in dandelion. There's parsley, and you can even put in celery. You can even use lettuce for that matter. That may have more water content. But you want to take those greens internally in the form of juices as well and think of them as really cleansing to the blood. Very cleansing to the blood because they have the chlorophyll. And dandelions, beets are liver cleansing. Olive oil, we'll use olive oil and lemon juice and garlic and ginger in a combination to help purge the liver and the gallbladder of toxins and poisons and even gallstones. So that's another benefit. But today I say that many people are realizing the cleansing power of superfoods and the regenerating power of these superfoods. So as I said, your body will do the best on organic, live superfoods. So always include in your program lots of fresh fruits. I like buying food several times during the week to get the freshest, okay? And I reach in the back to get the ones that, they're putting in the back and the older ones towards the front of the supermarket. But I like to get the fresh fruits. Ultimately, the best would be to pick ripe fruit off your own trees. All right, you can't get fresher than that, but eat a lot of fresh fruits and a lot of vegetables, sprouts, seeds, nuts, chia seeds today, flax seeds, hemp seeds. There's a number of different seeds out there are very beneficial. And then other super nutrient foods are acai berries. You got barley greens, seaweeds. People are adding bee pollen, which is one of the world's most perfect foods, to their smoothies. And we like to use our product called Super Manna that has like 13 superfoods in there. And I think that's a powerful, powerful additive or powerful supplement to your daily routine to add the superfood. And we also like to keep cleansing the body. And I tell people, cleanse with the seasons, but daily I'm thinking about cleansing. And here I show pictures of aloe, and there's a picture of the milk thistle. But when we do our cleansing program at Bella Vita Lifestyle Center and our take-home program, our 10-day detoxification program, we have herbal mixtures or proprietary blends of herbs that are going to help cleanse the body. And they're made of bentonite clay that has the ability to absorb 40 times its weight in toxic matter. Charcoal, we all know, is very good for absorbing impurities from the body. Psyllium husks will swell up and become mucilaginous, and they will be like a broom sweeping the colon. Cape aloes is a powerful stimulant to the bowel to both cleanse it. It can also help re-educate it, along with cascara and senna. And then the milk thistle and the dandelion and the burdock are very specific to the liver. Now you take a little beet juice with carrot juice, some celery and parsley, and you're taking some of the dandelion in there as well, and the milk thistle and the burdock in a form of a tincture that we have. It's a liver gallbladder tincture. Also juniper berries, parsley, those target the kidneys. Then wild indigo targets the lymphatic system, and red clover, the bloodstream. Isn't that beautiful? The bloodstream. So there's a picture of the dandelions there, the milk thistle, and the aloe. They're all used in cleansing the liver, the bowel, the kidneys. Very powerful medicinal herbs that will help you on your road to health and wholeness, because you're dealing with healing the whole person. So we also will use certain techniques like fever baths, okay, or water therapy. Bathing is very important. Keep the body clean. Take a steam bath. You know, I like to go to saunas where I really sweat, but steam is very powerful too. And I use some eucalyptus in there for aromatherapy. So I go to a fitness center that has a steam room and a sauna, and I love doing those. But at home, you can do fever baths, where you're raising that temperature in that water, and you're getting in there and you're soaking in there, and it raises the body temperature. We've seen it raise up to from 98.6 to about 102 and a little higher. And the body, when it does that, it produces more white blood cells to fight disease and also stimulate the immune function. Of course, we also have our ozone spa. We like to super oxygenate people at Bella Vita Lifestyle Center with ozone, another form of hydrotherapy in the spa. But you see those pictures there? There's the cold sheet treatment, the fever baths. There's the ozone spa. And here they're applying hot and cold fomentations to the lungs of a child that may be having some respiratory problems as well. So we want to cleanse and regenerate also the mind, and that comes through exercise and fresh air and sunshine. You know, that's so important, the oxygenation of the blood for clear mind, also the food you eat. You want to stay away from the saturated fats and get more of these fresh fruits and fresh vegetables, you know, the good foods of the earth that God has provided. Supplements have their place. I will take certain supplements at times and also recommend them to other people, depending on what I see in their condition, if they're lacking. Many people are lacking vitamin D today, so many are supplementing with vitamin D. But we want to remember those good herbs that God's given us to cleanse, to fast, and to pray, and to forgive. You see, we're dealing with the whole person. This is about health and wholeness. Health and wholeness. So we want to love. We want to love our brothers, love our enemies. We want to forgive those that have hurt us. We want to pray and ask God for divine forgiveness, because in our heart, maybe we don't have the strength that we need to extend that forgiveness to others. And we need to spend time in God's word for cleansing ourselves spiritually. Okay, not just the physical cleansing, but the spiritual and the emotional cleansing as well is so important. I challenge you. Let's do this for 10 days. Let's get into good nutrition, all right? Eat a whole plant-based diet for 10 days. How about that? Just 10 days, like Daniel did in the Bible, 10 days, and then he said, look at our countenance, and they were so superior than those that ate the king's meat and drank his wine that they allowed him to follow that diet. The rest of the time they were there in Babylon, and Nebuchadnezzar was even astounded when he saw how superior they were, not only physically, but mentally and spiritually as well, because of following God's health plan. But exercise every day. I think walking is great if you can't do anything else, but I like racquetball. I like riding on a bike. You can do a treadmill, weightlifting, play tennis, swimming, anything that you desire. Also your water, drink 6 to 8 glasses of water a day. And then we want to also remember that we need to get sunlight, fresh air, and rest. So get plenty of sunlight, plenty of fresh air, and also get plenty of rest. Remember, it's a 10-day commitment, and why don't you begin now? Say, you know what, this program's making a lot of sense, and I want to make that commitment. I'm going to do this 10-day program, and I'm going to be temperate. I'm going to abstain from the things that are harmful to my body and use judiciously and wisely the things that are good. I don't even want to overeat in the things that are bad for me. So practice temperance, practice self-control on a daily basis. Also, we got to have God in the program. Jesus is the heart and soul of the program. That's what motivates me. I love my Lord, and I want to keep my body, that which He created, in the best condition as possible. I want to reflect that character of my Maker and be in the best condition so people can see how effective His program is when you follow it. So how about that 10-day commitment, ladies and gentlemen? How about you? Let's do it together. How about that? You know, I hope this presentation makes a lot of sense to you and it's motivated you to make changes. Keep the program simple, but be responsible. Stay tuned next time for part 3 on the acid-alkaline balance in this series on health and wholeness. God bless you. Hi, this is Danny Vieira, the director of the Risen Online School. I want to tell you today a little bit about myself and why you should take this course called Risen. I'm a wellness expert who's been in the wellness business for over 30 years. I did live radio for 15 years, and I hosted many of the most renowned health educators and doctors and natural healers in the world. My program aired worldwide for over 15 years, and people knew me as a wellness expert who specialized in cleansing and detoxifying the 7 elimination organs of the body. Yes, we talk thoroughly about colon cleansing and how you can eliminate parasites from the body in this course. I also did a national infomercial on cleansing and detoxification that was a blockbuster, that millions of people contacted the station to order products on how to cleanse and detoxify their body of the poisons, the impurities, the pesticides, the chemicals, and the parasites. I'm also the director of Bella Vita Lifestyle Center besides Risen. At Bella Vita, we get patients that come from all over the world with every type of different disease, not wanting typical allopathic medicine, chemotherapy, radiation, or surgery, but they're looking for options. They're looking for natural alternatives. I've also hosted health and healing crusades for many years in California, where some of the top renowned doctors and natural healers came, and that's part of this course as well. So what is in this course and what is it all about? These classes include scientific factual lectures from some of the most notable alternative health professionals in the field of nutritional science and natural healing, prevention, and cure. Dr. T. Colin Campbell, who wrote the book, The China Study. Dr. John McDougall, Dr. Russell Blaylock, noted neurosurgeon who wrote the book Excitotoxins, The Taste That Kills. Dr. Neil Barnard, the president of the Physicians Committee of Responsible Medicine. And one of my favorites, Charlotte Gerson, the daughter of Max Gerson, who cured incurable people of terminal diseases, even cancer, using diet therapy. You're going to learn about the 8 laws of health that are based on biblical principles. You're going to learn about how attitude can affect your health, and negative emotions, or what I call toxic emotions, could be killing you. So what will you get out of this course? You're going to get 18 hours of content on the true art of healing. Don't you want to learn how you can prevent and even reverse chronic diseases using simple natural remedies and adjusting your lifestyle habits? You're also going to learn some powerful detoxification techniques in this School of Natural Hygiene. You're going to learn how to cleanse the 7 elimination organs of the body, how to do a liver flush, how to do a gallbladder cleanse, how to cleanse the colon in very simple ways. You're also going to learn about toxic emotions and how they can target specific body organs. You're going to gain an understanding on natural hygiene principles and how they can be applied. You're also going to become eligible to our advanced school and educational program on how to become a natural hygiene coach and possibly open your own lifestyle center like Bella Vita Lifestyle Center. For the low cost of this program, you will also receive 9 digital books. 6 of these I've written myself. The latest one I just published called Detox. It's going to teach you how you can do a 10-day detoxification program, and it breaks it down on the symptoms of toxicity, why you should cleanse, and even testimonies on people that had some tremendous improvement in their health after they went through the program. There's other two beautiful books called The Ministry of Healing. This gives biblical principles on health mingled with the gospel of Jesus Christ. We also have The China Study by T. Colin Campbell, a beautiful book on disease and its causes. They called it the Grand Prix of Epidemiology by the New York Times. So please sign up today and join me as the director of Risen Online School. I'd love to be there to assist you and to see you further your education in natural healing. Thank you.